87-year-old woman fractured her hip after falling at her home and had to receive artificial joint surgery. Winter is an especially dangerous time of the year for fall injuries, with the most common fall-related injury in elderly people being hip fractures. And the average mortality rate within 1 year of surgery for hip fractures among patients over the age of 65 is 20%.
A normal wheelchair helps patients move, but Rehaguard helps protect, support, and connect them during long-term care. I am Arissa Shafiyyah Binti Azman, together with Wong Chengg, Kavinraaj, anak lelaki Jagadeesan, and Mohamad bin Mohamad Mazni, under the supervision of technologist Dr. Haji Zunuwanas bin Mohamad. Today, we present our innovation, Rehaguard Wheelchair, an integrated rehabilitation wheelchair system for remote patient monitoring and pressure management. This product is designed to improve patient comfort and help caregivers monitor elderly patients more easily.
This project is based on an elderly patient who had a closed intercollateral fracture after a low-impact fall. Although the bone had healed, the patient still could not stand or walk by herself because of weak muscles, poor balance, tired and forgetfulness. Because of this patient became dependent on a wheelchair for daily movement and activities. However, a normal wheelchair only helps with movement. It does not fully reduce the risk of pressure ulcer, poor blood circulation, joint stiffness, discomfort, and lack of supervision. This shows the elderly rehabilitation needs more than just a normal wheelchair. Therefore, we propose an improved wheelchair that supports comfort, pressure management, passive rehabilitation, emergency response, and remote patient monitoring in one simple system.
The main objective of this innovation is to develop and improve a rehabilitation wheelchair to elderly patients with limited movement, especially those recovering for hip fractures. This wheelchair aims to improve comfort during a long sitting time, reduce of pressure ulcer, and support a better posture using a pressure relief back cushion and anti-decubitus cushion. It also provides a passive lower limb rehabilitation through a rehabilitation pedal unit to help improve blood circulation and reduce joint stiffness. For safety, the wheelchair include an IoT emergency button that send a SOS alert to a caregiver. So about this project is aimed to create a simple, affordable and patient-centered wheelchair system that support rehabilitation, safety and caregivers awareness.
The novelty of Rehaguard Wheelchair is not just adding components, but solving several elderly care problems through one simple and practical system. Based on our literature review, normal wheelchairs mainly support basic mobility, while many smart wheelchairs focus on movement control, obstacle detection, or complex sensor system. However, this design can be costly. The gap we found is that elderly patients need more than movement. Rehaguard wheelchairs fill this gap by upgrading a standard wheelchair into a patient-centered rehabilitation system that focuses on pressure ulcer risk, poor blood circulation, stiffness, and delayed caregiver response. This makes our innovation low cost, easy to use, and suitable for both home care and rehabilitation centers. Instead of building a complicated smart wheelchair, Rehaguard transforms a normal wheelchair into a safer, more supportive, and connected rehabilitation solution.
This is our proposed wheelchair, designed as an integrated rehabilitation support system for elderly patients with limited movement, especially those recovering for hip fractures. The main structure is based on a standard wheelchair frame. This makes the design practical, affordable, and easy to modify without changing the original wheelchair structure. At the backrest, we added a pressure relief back cushion. This cushion helps support the patient's back, improve sitting posture, and reduce discomfort during the long use. On the seated area, an anti-decubitus cushion is placed to spread body pressure more evenly, especially around the hip and cozy area. This helps reduce the risk of pressure ulcer for patients who sit for a long time. At the front section, a rehabilitation pedal unit is installed to support gentle leg movement while the patient is seated. The movement helps improve blood circulation, reduce joint stiffness, and support basic passive rehabilitation. For safety, an emergency button is placed with easy reach of the patient. When the button is pressed, the IoT sends an SOS alert to notify the caregiver immediately. The wheelchair also includes a camera and a tablet interface. The camera supports remote visual monitoring, while the tablet can show alerts and also provide comfort or entertainment for a patient. Overall, this proposed wheelchair combines mobility, pressure relief, rehabilitation support, emergency response, and remote monitoring in one simple patient-centered system.
Rehaguard Wheelchair has strong commercialization potential because it uses a standard wheelchair frame and a low-cost components that are easy to find. It can be marketed to hospitals, rehabilitation centers, elderly care centers, nursing home care users, and caregivers. This product is suitable for elderly patients, hip fracture recovery patients, stroke patients, and long-term wheelchair users. Since it uses a modular part such as cushion, rehabilitation paddle unit, emergency button, tablet holder, and camera, it can be sold as a complete rehabilitation wheelchair or as an upgrade kit. Overall, a Rehaguard wheelchair is practical, affordable, and suitable for both clinical and home care use.
The impact of Rehaguard wheelchair can be seen in three areas. First one is patient, caregiver, and healthcare support. For the patient, this wheelchair improves comfort, posture, stability, and blood circulation, and basic rehabilitation during a long sitting time. It also helps reduce a risk of pressure ulcer, joint stiffness, and physical discomfort. So for caregiver, the emergency button and remote monitoring system help them monitor the patient more easily and respond faster during emergencies. For healthcare center and home care user, this product offer a practical and affordable solution that can reduce a caregiver workload while improving a patient safety. Overall, Rehaguard wheelchair support a safer elderly rehabilitation and improve the quality of care using a simple and realistic design.
In conclusion, Rehaguard wheelchair is designed to support elderly patients with limited movement. It combines pressure management, passive rehabilitation, emergency response, and remote patient monitoring in one simple system. This innovation improves patient comfort, safety, caregiver awareness, and long-term rehabilitation supports. In line with the themes Unlocking Tomorrow Had the Impossible, Rehaguard transforms a normal wheelchair into a smarter, safer, and more caring rehabilitation solution.